The Positive Side Podcast, back and better than ever. Glad you're tuning in. I'm jacked up like always, fired up. Gosh, the opportunities. Life is so good, and I'm glad you're tuning in. I'm glad you're part of the Positive Side Nation. I mean, with all the negativity, the craziness, here you are watching the podcast, listening to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher. If you haven't gone over there, subscribe to those. It's the best way to find the show. Or, hey, hit me up on YouTube. Got a few viewers over there checking the show out. But today I'm going to get into some reviews. I haven't done a review in a while. I've got over 160 reviews on iTunes, which is thank you so much. That's exciting. That's awesome. I want to talk about a review on Amazon about the book, and it's from my good friend Angie Story. Much love, Ange. She says insightful, motivating, and laced with positivity. Hey, I try to be. I mean, it's tough sometimes, but here, let's get in the review. 5-star. Jeremy shares his vulnerability, walking us through self-doubt and personal struggles on the journey to self-acceptance and self-love. If you feel doubtful about life or need a reminder that mindset matters, read this book. Fairly quick read, which again, we joke about 77 pages. I mean, come on. It takes you 45 minutes to get jacked up. Check it out. Really quick read. And as the author shares, I love this quote. Life is too short to sit on the sidelines. The world needs you. And that's really the whole point of today's podcast is you're sitting on the sidelines. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. I don't know. And I don't get it. And I don't mean to put you on Front Street, but sometimes you got to get put on Front Street. What the hell are you waiting for? Really? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you still concerned about what Joe Schmo, the neighbor, says, or the guy across the street, or your coworker, what they're saying, or what they're saying behind closed doors? It's always great when you're that guy or that girl, and you start doing stuff and you're going for your goals and dreams, and you come into work the next day and you walk into an office, and all of a sudden everybody quits talking. It's like, you hear the cricket in the corner. You're like, okay, I didn't mean to interrupt anything, but I'm out of here. We know what they're talking about. We get it. And you know what? That's okay, because at least they're talking about me, not talking about somebody else. But man, I would hate to be in their position. I would hate to be in someone's position that is stuck in the exact same spot for their entire life. How horrible does that sound? The whole point of this podcast, again, is getting you unstuck in life. So it doesn't really matter what you're going for. It doesn't matter if you want to start your own business, you want to start a podcast, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to do anything, you want to speak somewhere. I don't care what you want to do. You want to write a book. You've got to get out of your own way. You are in this world for pure greatness only. The longer you sit on the sidelines, the less greatness you're going to be able to spread, and the less impact you're going to have on other people's lives, not only other people's lives, but the lives that matter the most, your family. One of the reasons I do all this craziness, and I do the podcast, I do the YouTube videos, I do the Instagram, I do so many things, is to set that example for my children that, you know what, my dad, he may not have been the most successful person, but damn, he tried really hard, and damn, he cared about people, and damn, he put it out there, but he went for it. And who knows, we may look back here, 3, 4, 5 years from now, where I'm speaking in front of millions of people will relate back to this podcast. But this is going on 4 years of the podcast. Consistency. Whatever you're going to do, you've got to do it with consistency. And what that means is you got to do it out of love. You can't just start things just for the hell of it, just because I'm going to get rich. You've got to start things and start goals and start dreams because it's important to you and you're going to change someone's life. You got to love it. And again, that goes back to whatever you want to do. If you want to build decks, you want to be the construction worker, you want to start a plumbing business, you want to start a podcast, whatever it is, you've got to have passion and you've got to be fired up. Because what happens, and this is what I tell all my coaching clients, when you first start this thing, it's funny. Number one, no one cares. I mean, everybody, first of all, they talk like, what are you doing? That's crazy. I can't believe you're doing this. Doesn't make any sense. And then they start hating on you. They're like, oh, why would you do that? That's stupid. That's dumb. Hey, look at that guy. Hey, look at the positive guy. But eventually 3, 4 years into it, all of a sudden it's who I am. People just accept this is who I am. I don't get the judgment anymore, maybe a little bit. And then all of a sudden things start moving. You get a door opens up here. You got an opportunity here. A business opportunity comes open to you. Things start changing. But I love the way time works because, again, time's so funny. We're on this planet for such a short amount of time. And I think I heard this said a few years ago, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of it. But I think something like Cleopatra is closer to the iPhone than she is to the formation of the pyramids. It just shows you like how gigantic time is. It goes on. I mean, thousands and thousands of years. And here we are on the planet for, hopefully more than 100 with science. You never know, technology. Hopefully we'll stay around a little bit longer, or hopefully not if you're all jacked up. But we're on this earth for not that long. So what are we doing with our time that we're here? Are we moping in the corner? Are we woe is me? Are we talking bad about somebody else? Are we talking smack about the neighbor? Or are we actually taking advantage of the time that we have and going after those goals and dreams, trying to be the best version of ourselves, trying to make an impact on life? I think that's the biggest thing, is no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, no matter what's going on in your life, you just cannot sit on the sidelines. You got to figure out how to make an impact on life. The two most important days, we've said it 1,000 times on the show, it's the day that you're born and the day you find out why. I'm 42 years old, and I don't think the day, all the obvious stuff, I found out to be a dad and a good parent, a good friend. I mean, I get all that stuff. But I believe the reason I'm on this planet right now is to inspire and motivate people and get them unstuck in a time where, my God, we need it more now than ever. I mean, it's COVID, it's political, and the sides are so against each other. It's out of control. I try and be in the middle, and there's left side or right side. Even some of my truest best friends are so far on the edges, and here I am in the middle. And what happens a lot of times in politics is the one in the middle is the one that gets run over. But that's okay, because can't we all just come together? In the great words of Rodney King, can't we all get along? It's so important now more than ever that we put down our pettiness and understand that if we just had a cup of coffee together, we could understand that we all have the same common goals and same common dreams, and we want to get better. We want to take care of our families. We want people to be successful. We want to be successful. We want to live these healthy lives. So in a world that is so crazy, be the craziest. Be the craziest person you could possibly be by being the most motivational, positive individual you possibly can be on the planet. Be that beam of light in an area of darkness. Be that sunshine. Be that star in the middle of the night, because I know you have greatness within. I say it all the time in this podcast. I truly, truly believe it. All the answers that you were waiting for in your entire life are deep inside of you. They're there. They're there. There may be some cobwebs. There may be some doors. There may be a lock on it, some chains on it. Let's break all those free. Break them all free. Walk through that door of greatness. And I promise you, it may not happen right away. This is the great Steve Harvey said this. You've got to jump, right? You've got to jump. Now, eventually, maybe your parachute doesn't open right away, but eventually it will. That's how I feel about everything. You have got to go for your goals and dreams today. There's no more waiting. No more saying I'm going to do it next week or next year or next month, or I'm going to think about it, or I'm going to start planning, or I'm going to write it all out. No, you have to take action. Done is the new perfect. Get out there and take action and take one step forward. It gets into the compound effect, a bunch of little steps over time. All of a sudden, you know what, you're 10 miles away. You've got to get going, and today's the day. Every decision that you've made in your entire life is the reason you are where you are. If you want to change the place that you are, you change the direction and you change your steps. You go you go down a different road, you go down a different path, you spend more time around different types of people. You've got to do what you got to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. What can you do while you're listening to this podcast the rest of the day to make an impact on yourself and others? What one thing can you do to take that first step to those goals and dreams? What is it? What is it? I mean, you've got to keep moving, and then you've got to do it every single day. You're going to turn back 6 months from now. Like I always say, imagine what 6 months from now, and then you're going to look back, look how far I've come. But if you never take that first step, you're never going to get there, my friends. The Positive Side Podcast, jacked up like always, fired up. I love doing the individual podcasts. I haven't done them in forever. Gosh, you got to get back on. Email me, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Gosh, I just feel so better. Again, it goes back to the whole thing. When you're doing what you love to do, you just feel better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, gosh, it's just, life is meant to have fun. Let's make it fun, right? I mean, let's go after it. Let's do it. Run over to the iTunes, leave those reviews. Leave a review if you've got the book on Amazon. Got 30 reviews there. I'm excited. Thank you so much for all the reviews. That was a goal of mine that I wanted to get to, was 30. But let's keep rolling. If you haven't got the book, run over to Amazon. Snag that book. It's only $10. It's a short read. It'll take you 45 minutes, but I promise you this, you'll be jacked up. Email me, like I said, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Check out the website. Got shirts. I'm gonna actually start making shirts again. I can't wait for that. That's a sneak peek, but neither here nor there. You've got greatness within. Like always, this is The Positive Side.